Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome back to DC where I am your host, Drew Collins, bringing you all sports related news in the Cincinnati area. If you're new around here, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave that like button to support the channel, and yeah, welcome back to another edition here of DC. So, in today's stream, we're going to be talking about really more Bengals football, which has been, talking a lot about today. Quinton Spain, I feel like for a lot of other franchises, a signing like this would kind of just be eh. But for the Bengals, this really shows me a lot of hope that they are still going to try to do whatever it takes to build around the man, the myth, the legend, Joe Burrow. So I'm not going to be able to stream too long here, but I kind of wanted to touch on the Quinton Spain topic. I know I wasn't able to a lot earlier because I was in the car and whatnot, but I have a little bit of time. I'm not home right now, but it don't matter. We're going to try to talk some Bengals football no matter what. So Quinton Spain, as if you must not know what you need to know about him, we're going to go over all that. I'm sorry if my audio does sound a little different. I'm not in my normal setup, as you can tell, so I don't have my microphone. So I'm sorry if the audio is not as great as quality as usual. Anyways, so let's get into it. Quinton Spain was a Buffalo Bill, and he got released. They had some problems. I think some team chemistry issues within the locker room and whatnot. If I'm right, I saw a couple articles upon that. He was kind of just looking for a new change of direction outside of the Buffalo Bills organization. I also saw the Bills wanted to release him for salary cap reasons. So a couple of reasons, but the main reason being not because of his play. He did not get released because he can't play football. And I think a lot of Bengals fans knew that. I'm in this Facebook group page on Facebook of Bengals fans. There's over 10,000 Bengals fans in there. And I'm constantly posting up-to-date stuff, kind of advertising my stream, but at the same time posting Bengals information. And like over 100 likes within the hour or two, and all this love about the signing of Quinton Spain. And, there's still a couple Bengals fans, oh, what the hell, man? People are asking, like, this guy is a star talent and all this. And it's like, for some people, man, sometimes nothing is never good enough. And for me, this move, this move is bigger in the Bengals organization than it is just signing the player. I think this has a lot more to do with the Bengals showing that they want to build around Burrow than just signing this lineman. For me, that means more than just signing him. And you might be like, okay, well, what do you mean by that? This shows me that the Bengals at all costs, no matter even if the Bengals lose this season, they are going to try to build and protect around Joe Burrow, which is very exciting for me personally because we need more help around him, and this is only going to help. So let's break it down, starting what's going to happen with him. He's most likely not going to play Sunday, if not start, just because, he has no knowledge of how we run, what we're running, playbook, nothing, locker room, no team chemistry, usually, and then you add on the COVID protocols as well. So I just don't see this guy playing right out the gate. I could be wrong, though. He definitely has the talent, as we have 3 offensive linemen, I believe, that are going to be out. We have Jonah Williams, our starting left tackle, is going to be out for the game. Our starting center, sorry guys, I have a little bit of brain fart. Our starting center is going to be out for the game, and I believe our right guard is going to be out for the game as well. So we have 3 starters that would play, aren't playing. So you add that on top of that, he might get some playing time. So I could be wrong, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does get playing time. Just realistically, in a situation like this, most guys wouldn't be playing. But don't be surprised if we do see Quinton Spain a little bit. Now, I know after this week, I believe we have the bye week, and then we have the Pittsburgh Steelers after that. So I would definitely assume after the bye week, that next game, definitely going to see Quinton Spain as a starter. I would be super shocked if not. The guy has a lot of talent. He's a huge guy. He's a little bit older, so he's been in the league for a couple years. He has snaps under his reps, and he was a starter once upon a time. So it's not like this guy is just a bench role player, and he hasn't played. This guy knows football, and please go watch his highlights before you start judging that, oh, Bengals are just bringing in any guys they can. The Bengals are trying, and if go look at this guy's highlights, like Stewart said in the comment section, he is a pancake machine. This guy is a big boy, and he puts defenders on their ass. So I'm highly, 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 highly interested in this. I'm very excited. I know it's not a big signing, but from free agency last season to now, the Bengals are actually being a little bit more aggressive than they have been in the past 2 decades. So for me, it's personally exciting. And the fact that they are going to try to protect Burrow at all costs, this just kind of gives me a glimpse of what we might see in the free agency. With signing players like this, don't be surprised if we go sign a veteran offensive lineman in free agency, or if we draft one at a high pick, or if we trade for one. Don't be surprised, because the Bengals are showing glimpses that they will do whatever it takes to protect Joe Burrow. What's up, Bobby? What's up, Stuart? What's up, Drake? What's up, Dylan? First time making it live. Love the Bengals content. I appreciate you, Dylan. Make sure tomorrow at noon, I will be doing my preview and prediction live stream tomorrow at noon. And then Sunday at noon is the game day stream. So I got some free time this weekend with Halloween being tomorrow. A Halloween stream tomorrow. So please make it tomorrow. And especially don't want to miss. I just got breaking news. Mixon is going to miss his second game. From ESPN, Bengals running back Joe Mixon won't play Sunday versus the Titans. I did see that he sat out practice today, so I assumed he wouldn't play, but it is now official. No Mixon for Sunday's game. So no Joe Burrow. We'll see more mustache Giovanni Bernard for this Sunday matchup. What's up, bro? I think XFS and Spain are both going to be solid starting guards. We are starting to hit some luck. Yeah, we'll have to see about Xavier. I still don't know if he's the answer, man. I would still definitely consider replacing him in the offseason. Look, besides Jonah Williams, that's the only guy 110% that I 100% think is our future. I'm going to be completely honest. So outside of that, when it comes to trading, when it comes to free agency, signing somebody, I do think the Bengals will at least sign one offensive lineman, a starting caliber offensive lineman in free agency. I'm going to call it. And I'm really excited for the offseason. I know we still have a bunch of football left. I'm excited for a lot of football we have left. But I really think the Bengals, this is the time where they need to start building around, and signing somebody would be really great for this organization. How are you feeling about the franchise mixing up? Looks like the O-line is the focus. I love it. I mean, the O-line has to be the focus. If you're not going to focus on getting rid of #FireLou, our defensive coordinator, which needs to be addressed, and I'm going to assume it's going to be addressed this offseason. I'm also going to guess that he will not be on the Bengals roster or Bengals team next year. There's just no way in hell that guy's a defensive coordinator in 2021. So I think they'll focus on that later in the season and offseason. I don't think the Bengals will make a move with that situation during the season. I could see that it could happen in the offseason. But when it comes to them focusing on the O-line, I love it. I love it. I love it. They realize Joe Burrow is our future, and the only way he will be our future if we can protect him. So I love it. Geno isn't. Wait. Us signing him now is perfect. I don't think he'll play Sunday, but this bye week gives him plenty of time to build the chemistry. Exactly. If he doesn't start, I'm going to say he's not going to start, but if another man goes down, we won't have a choice. We will have to play him. As long as he's cleared on the COVID protocols, if another guy goes down, we don't have anybody else to put out there. We're down so many offensive linemen, we won't have a choice. But yes, I think his first start will be after this week, after the bye week. His first game will probably be against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And boy, is that a tough first game. You're going up against a top 3, top 5 pass rush in the NFL and the Bengals' all-time rivalry in the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I mean, that is a tough first game that he's going to have to play or start in. I mean, that is a tough matchup. To come in your first game's Quinton's, or your first game's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, that honestly sucks. This is your daily reminder that Lou needs to be fired. Yes, even if we get a win against the Titans, or even if we get more wins down the road, it isn't going to change my mind that Lou is not our guy. He is just not. And I still think that we need to go in the offseason, go make a move with somebody else. I don't expect the Bengals to do anything during the season, but in the offseason, I could definitely see something happening. And once again, guys, I'm sorry about the setup. Like I said, I'm not at my house where you guys usually see me. My audio, the audio is a lot crisper. Everything's a lot better, but I'm trying. I got some free time before work, so I want to get up a little stream. We need a defensive end and a defensive tackle now, too. We need to hit the trenches. We are good everywhere else. We got to still O-line's not done. This doesn't secure our O-line by all means. We still have a lot to do in that O-line. Don't get me wrong. So I think in this offseason, we got to either we have to at least sign one player. We can consider trading for a draft pick. Yes, I do think we are going to draft an offensive lineman, but we can't continue to draft and guess all these players. How many offensive linemen have we drafted and it hasn't worked out? Let's be honest, guys. Not every single one's, we have a lot of hit and misses on that offensive front. And I'm tired of taking guesses. We can't with Joey B and take, behind the center. So I really do think, yes, we might draft some offensive linemen, but I think the Bengals will at least sign one. We'll have to see what they do at the trade deadline. If not the trade deadline, trading in the offseason. Now, on the defensive side, I do think Carl Lawson is our future at defensive end once we re-sign him. I also think Sam Hubbard could be the future. I got to see more out of him. Obviously, he's not healthy right now. He's hurt. But once he comes back, I want to see more out of him. I think he could definitely be the future. I think we'll have to draft another defensive end or possibly sign a veteran in the offseason just to be down on third down snaps and something like that. Definitely. Defensive tackle, I think we're fine. We have Geno Atkins, who supposedly isn't on the trade line anymore, so we won't have to worry about it. And then don't forget, we signed DJ Reader in the offseason to come in and lock that down, and he's out for the season with an injury. So I don't think we have to redo or revise defensive tackle unless we make a move with Geno Atkins. I think our D-line is pretty solid. Get a middle to late draft pick for, extra help. Just to bring another young guy or two in there, I think that, yes, let's do that. But I don't think it's an immediate thing. I think definitely we would then have to look after offensive line is going to our secondary. I know Trey Waynes is out, but we got to see what's going to happen with William Jackson III. WJ3 is on his expiring contract as well. Are we going to bring him back? So I think we have to consider the options that. We're going to get a healthy Trey Waynes back. Mckenzie Alexander only signed a 1-year deal, so are we going to bring him back for the future, or are we going to have to go somewhere else? I would definitely say we got to address corners more than our defensive line, in my opinion. I just think we got to do something. I do think, our defensive rush has been super underwhelming, though, this year, so I can definitely see where you're coming from. But when DJ Reader has been out, Geno Atkins has been out, Sam Hubbard has been injured, it only adds up, guys. A lot of our guys are hurt, and you can't blame the Bengals for that. Will Zach have the willingness to fire Zoo? That's why, or fire Lou, excuse me. I just don't think we'll make a move during the season to fire Lou. That's why I said I think we'll have to wait to the free agency or, to the end of the season to fire. I just don't see the Zach Taylor. You can't sit here and build up, culture this, culture that, and then go fire your defensive coordinator. That just doesn't add up. He kind of would not be backing up his own words. So I think we'll have to finish the season with Lou. Now, I could be wrong. I just don't see how you could talk up team chemistry and then go fire your best, your best friend. So we need a DN, edge rusher. That's not Hubbard. Hubbard's technically an end, but once again, you got to revise these injuries. We can't help that DJ Reader's been out. We can't help that Geno Atkins isn't 100%. Sam Hubbard has been out. Carl Lawson, we got to see more out of him. He's been decent when he's been in there. Carlos Dunlap really wasn't good at all this season. So, yeah, I think we need to definitely address that, but I don't think that's number one on our list. I think our linebackers are good in Wilson, ADG, and Pratt. So maybe after a Bynes time player in free agency and the draft will be set. We need more quality cornerbacks. Safeties are good. We just need to use Bell in the right way, and we need 2 high safety looks. Yeah, I think we're solid for linebackers. I think we got to keep addressing and either bring in a veteran or continue to draft more guys because we're very thin at that position. But yes, I think we're solid with Logan Wilson for the future. I got to see more of Akeem Davis-Gathers, but I think he could be the guy. Jermaine Pratt is another young guy, and we'll have to see if Bynes returns. Bynes is on an expiring contract as well. So, And he's 29, 30, 31 years old. He's one of the older guys on that defensive team now. One of the only old guys on that team. Him, Geno Atkins, and Sean Williams are like the only guys, 29 years or older, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, we'll have to see if he wants to finish his career as a Bengal and be that one veteran spot, or if we let him walk. And if we do let him walk, we got to bring either somebody in. Nope, nobody great. Just a role player, either in the draft or maybe another veteran to help as well. Safeties, I think we have a really good safety duo for the future. Jesse Bates is definitely a top 5, top 3 safety in the NFL right now. I think that he's only 23, 24 years old. Von Bell's around 25, I believe. So those guys for the next 3, 4, or 5 years, I think we have, I think our safety spot's locked up perfect. You heard WJ William Jackson rumors that he wanted out too. I didn't hear any William Jackson rumors at all on Twitter. The only players I saw was Carlos Dunlap, a little bit about Geno Atkins, but I don't think it was really Geno. I think it was the media trying to spin it on Geno. And then I saw Darius Phillips upset as well. But I mean, Darius Phillips, he's Darius Phillips, so I'm afraid if we let WJ3 go, Pittsburgh will sign him. They wanted to draft him. The problem is if we let him go, we got to bring somebody back because he's expiring contract. Will Trey Waynes return 100%? We'll have to find out. Is he going to be the player we thought he would be? And then Mckenzie Alexander is going to be on an expiring contract as well. So if we lose both of them, what are we going to do? Because our corners, we need a lot of help. It'd be interesting. Is there any decent corners coming up in the free agency period? For this next free agency period, are there going to be any corners? I'm sure there's going to be some decent guys. It'd be awesome to bring in a veteran or somebody. Alyssa Conti is like the stream on Facebook. Thank you so much. Can we run against the Titans and Steelers with mainly an offensive push? Look, I've said it multiple times. It's going to be really tough to possibly, get that run game established. We got to see if Mixon's going to be back 100% healthy. And if he is, we've struggled a little bit just because the rushing attack, the offensive line hasn't been really good at all this year. So I think it depends. We got to ask ourselves, can our offensive line hold up rather than, because we always say offensive line is such a bad passing protection. Well, the rushing protection hasn't been too good at all either. Besides that one game where Mixon had 3 touchdowns, I think that was the best we saw our offensive line in the rushing game. And if we could get back to some of that, we also got to see who's healthy. Is Mixon going to be healthy? Is our O-line going to be healthy? I think you can't ask ourselves right now, but will we have a better chance of contending and possibly getting a W against teams like the Titans and the Steelers? Yes, our rushing game has to go, because if it doesn't go, just like we've had to do all season, the game is on Joe Burrow's shoulders every single game, basically, this year, because our rushing game hasn't been able to go. So, yeah, I think we? Yes, but the odds are probably definitely against us right now. And, I want to bring up divisional play. I don't want to be negative. One thing I try to pride myself on DCTV is trying to stay positive. But, we have to ask ourselves, are we going to win a division game this year? Our best shot was beating the Browns. The Browns swept us. We've already lost 1 game to the Ravens. So we have 1 game against the Ravens and 2 games against the Steelers. Our odds are going to lose. The odds are definitely against us to win any of those games. If we don't win those games, we're gonna go winless in our division. And, our division is fantastic. We probably have the second or third best division in the NFL, easy. I understand there's a lot of talent right now in our division. But we got to ask ourselves, we might not win a game in our division this year. Like, it's crazy as it sounds. That's what it's coming to. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. Okay. Marcus Bailey had full practice too. I heard a lot about him. Yeah, Marcus Bailey, he's a guy who's kind of just been injured his entire career, unfortunately, and that's kind of really hurt his career. But if he can stay healthy, he could definitely be a backup or role player for us for sure. Bates is up too. I don't. Is Bates this year? I don't think Bates is up this year. I could be wrong, but I thought when did we draft him? I think he would have a 5th-year option, right? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yes, no, don't forget about Trey Waynes. We'll have to see how he has how good of a return he has in 2021. I'm just saying Trey Waynes isn't going to be able to do it himself. He's going to need help. And I think we've witnessed that this year with our safeties. When you have an amazing safety in Jesse Bates and Von Bell, he's been good really outside of coverage. But I don't really blame a lot of our secondary play this year because I know our defensive coordinator is really bad. So I know our coordinator is bad. So I don't blame everything on our defense as much as I do because I know that you got to start with the top. And I know Lou is not the guy. That's why I said Bynes is the type of player we don't need a superstar linebacker. I'd rather get a veteran rollback. Yeah, and Bynes, if he only wants a $3 to $6 million salary deal over the next 2-3 years, why not? I mean, that's really cheap. That'd be a good deal. He's a very solid role player / kind of veteran leader on that defense. This defense is so young. We need some type of veteran presence. And yeah, I mean, definitely, if we can get Bynes for 2 to 3 more years in the offseason, I'm definitely bring it on for sure. You think we're in the toughest division? I think we're in the second toughest. I think the division with it's the NFC or the AFC. I forgot the next division. I think we're definitely the second hardest. What's up, the Boys Making Noise podcast? If you guys haven't already, you guys want to see another podcast that talks all football sports, the Boys Making Noise podcast is a really good one. So appreciate you guys joining the stream. If you guys are in here, make sure you hit that like button for me real quick. I'd really appreciate it. And once again, if you're just joining, I'm sorry I'm not in my regular setup. The audio is different. The background's different. I'm not home right now. I just got a little bit of free time, so I'm trying to grind out a stream real quick before I go to work. So if you guys could leave a like, hit that subscribe button if you want to donate to the stream. If you want to be the most recent subscriber, I know most of you already subscribed, but I appreciate all the support, guys. WHODEY, baby. Enlighten us of what you were hearing about Marcus Bailey. I'm not hearing much about Marcus Bailey. I think he's battled some injuries already this season, so he's struggling to get some playing time. But if that guy can stay healthy, he's going to get some role plays because we're so thin at linebacker. If a guy goes down or a guy gets fatigued, it's a long possession. Marcus Bailey's going to be able to get on the field, but his whole career, the talent is there. He's just been injury after injury after injury. So if he can get going, it'd be nice to see. I want to keep Mckenzie Alexander. Dude is a legit corner. Oh, I know what's not going. Why'd no one tell me the chat isn't going? What's wrong with the chat, guys? What's up, Nancy Smith on Facebook? How you doing? Hoping you're having a great weekend so far. All right, chat box, is it good now? I refreshed it. We'll have to see what's going. There we go. Chat box is catching up, guys. All right, so I want to keep Mckenzie Alexander. Dude is a legit slot corner. Is a great tackler. Yeah, Mckenzie Alexander is a very solid player out there. He's a good slot guy. He can make good tackles. He doesn't make too many big mistakes. He doesn't make too many big plays, but he doesn't make too many big mistakes. The Bengals could definitely use a guy like him, so it'd be interesting if we can sign him for a 2-3 year deal. I know he's around 25, 28 years old right now. So if we can sign him for another 2 to 3 year deal, $3 to $7 million in salary, maybe 5 to 6-ish range at max, I think it would definitely be a good deal for the Bengals to bring him back for sure. The Boys Making Noise podcast said NFC West. You probably talking about Seahawks. Yes. So Seahawks, Cardinals. I think we're the second best division behind them. But I think we put up a good fight for number one too. We are a good division. But once again, we have 1 game against the Ravens and 2 games against the Steelers. If we don't win a game, then we're going to go winless in our division this year. Which, FYI, is not good. What's up, Clayton Fisher on Facebook? Thank you for joining the stream. Quinton Spain, can he bring the energy to the line? Yes. I thought he has good presence on the Bills. Yeah, I think him and Jonah Williams are two guys when they're in there. They're both big boys. They're both, average to above average right now where they're at. So I feel like those guys could definitely bring some energy, hopefully some team chemistry with time, and really take that leadership on that O-line, because Jonah Williams has been that guy when he's been healthy. So I think not having him is definitely going to hurt us for sure. So I think, he's by far going to be our number one captain on that O-line, for the next, hopefully, decade if he can stay healthy. And, we'll have to see what Quinton Spain, what he does. If he brings that energy here for us, then, I think he could be a solid player for the next 3 years, hopefully. And like I said, we probably won't see him this week, but we have next week, which is the bye week, and the week after that against the Steelers. I definitely see him starting against the Steelers. For the people bashing Bell in coverage, the dude is not a coverage safety. He's a run stopper that you want to play in the box. Exactly, Drake. That's very well said. Like I said, I think a lot of problems with these, not Bengals fans, but a lot of fans, they will blame these players for a missed coverage or, whatever I mean. But it starts with the coach. And if you know a lot about football, you would know our defensive coordinator is not it. He is not the guy, and he won't be the guy. And as long as he is our defensive coordinator, our defense won't have success. So the fact that he is playing man-to-man coverage, Von Bell is guarding these 6'7", 6'8" tight ends, and, he's getting bullied a lot. Yeah, he's not a main coverage guy. Yeah, he's going to have to play some coverage. I mean, he's a safety. He's going to have to play some coverage. I get that. But he's not in the box as much as he should be, and there's a lot of problems, man-to-man. Oh, well, then you got to play zone. So it's very awkward at Von Bell because we're not really getting rush. We're not getting – the rush game is not getting to the quarterback. So it's a problem with Von Bell because when your rush game is positive, then you can throw Von Bell in there, get pressure to the quarterback. I just don't think he's being used as well as he should. So I agree. After the Browns, I'm wondering what the defense is supposed to be doing. Yeah, I mean, what the defense is supposed. Yeah, I don't blame the players at all on our defense. And you know what? Compared to last year, our tackling is so much better. Last year, I blamed 110% on the players because the players shot themselves in the foot. They would get penalties, and they would miss a hell of a lot of tackles. And this year, yes, we don't make every tackle, but man, are we making a lot more tackles than we have in the past. We're getting interceptions, deflections. We're out there making plays, our defense. What is that, 2 games in a row where we have a turnover on the first drive? Am I right? You can correct me. Maybe not 2 in a row, but there's been at least 2 to 3 games this year where the first drive, we put our defense out there, and they've either got a 3-and-out or a turnover. And, man, that's very impressive. To start the game with the turnover for your defense, to get your offense on the field already that early into the game, our offense has to score, and we got to play better with the lead. And, a lot of people say, oh, well, we're blowing leads. We are, and you got to start with coaching. There is no way we should be blowing leads. We lost the Chargers. We were up 21-0, and we had the lead last week as well, and we lost. So, yeah, that starts with coaching for sure. I think Burrow is going to get 1 from the Steelers. I hope Burrow goes off 5 touchdowns. That would make the season feel a lot better with that one thing. Yeah, man, I mean, it would be tough because the Steelers have such a good pass rush, man. I mean, it's going to be scary to see if we can protect Burrow that game. Because we already know the Steelers can be a pretty dirty team. They're going to have some, there's going to be some penalties, some flags. And for the new guys on the Bengals, I hope they get a taste of how we play the Steelers, because they're going to see, 1, the Steelers defense rush don't play games, but 2, it's always been a dirty rivalry forever. So these guys need to come in, and we'll have to see how they play in this matchup, because if they come out lackadaisical and Pittsburgh gets an early lead, it's going to be a long game against the Steelers. I just hope the guys wake up and get a taste of what, this rivalry tastes like, because it's no fun. Von Bell's our leading tackler of 53. There we go. Look, Von Bell's been getting a lot more hate than he has been loved this season, but man, I really love the Bengals bringing him in. I think he's a fantastic player, and once we start getting a better, once we get a defensive coordinator, it's a lot better than the guy we have now, and our pass rush is we're getting more pressure to the quarterback. When we can be in our corners, when we get more corners and better secondary help for the corners, when we can trust them more with man-to-man coverage, boy, am I going to be excited, because then we're going to be able to sit in safety blitzes with Von Bell, and we're just going to be able to open that defensive playbook a lot more and be a lot more aggressive. Luke said, how old is Spain? Well, that's a great question. Can somebody look that up for me? My guess is 28, 27 or 28, because I know he's been in the league for a few years already. But someone, can we get a fact check, please? Do we have the talent to strike on offense and defense with the right play calls? Well, I'll tell you right now, our offense definitely has enough talent, and that's pretty obvious. Our offense, besides that Ravens game, is putting 20, 30 points up easily every single game. So our offense can put up points, and I know Zach Taylor has been catching a lot of hate lately, but Zach Taylor is putting up points, and that's his job as an offensive coordinator. Yes, I know he's a head coach too, and that job is to have good time management, to get the locker room together, and that's what he's done. Carlos went out there and did a terrible job with the way he went out. He's had such a good career with the Bengals, and he just flushed it down the toilet with the disrespect he, had. I'm not even want to get into that situation anymore, but he just went out completely disrespectful to the Bengals organization. Zach Taylor said, all right, keep your ass at home. You're not going to be another Bengals practice. Your next practice will be in a new uniform on a new city, and that's exactly what Zach Taylor did. Does anybody else want to not follow what I do? Zach Taylor did this. Does anybody not want to follow the new Cincinnati Bear era locker room? Anybody else? Nobody? Okay, cool. So that's what Zach Taylor did. And that's what you got to do when you're the head coach. You got to grab the bull by the horns. You got to grab the problem. Get him the hell out of there and get people who will buy into the program. It seems like Quinton Spain is already wanting to buy into that program. So hell of a job by Zach Taylor. I think, it was rocky. I know he made the ship rock a little too much than probably what it should have. But Zach Taylor, at the end of the day, got a player like Carlos Dunlap up and out of here. Yes, we'll have to see the 7th rounder, what that turns into, and then the guy we got in return. But yeah, man, Zach Taylor, offensive play calling these past few weeks has been spot on. I know in the beginning of the season I kind of got on him a little bit because he was very inconsistent with being aggressive and conservative. 1 second he was being aggressive, flea flicker after flea flicker, deep ball pass, and then HB draw, HB draw, HB draw. Very readable rushing plays. So, I know in that point I was upset with him because I don't understand why he was so, why he was doing that so much. But since then, man, the only thing he has to work on is keeping the lead. When we have a lead, maintaining that lead, I think he has to. I'm not done with Taylor. So I have to see how this season finishes out, how the locker room is. Are we improving? Are we looking better for the future? Yes, we know at this point the odds of making the playoffs are very, very slim. But can we start building towards the future? We keep saying it year after year. Are we gonna do it now here in 2020? And if we if we keep making moves for the future, I'm on board with Zach Taylor until he throws me off. The defensive coordinator, #fire Lou all day, every day. He has to get out of here. I don't think our defense will ever improve until we get a new defensive coordinator. So, didn't mean to go on a little bit of a rant there, but that's just my opinion. Yes, to answer your question, offense, if the play calling is on, boy, can we put up 20, 30 points easy. Defensively, we'll have to see. With the right play calling, our defense would be a lot better than what it is, especially with the lead. I don't care who you have on that defense. When their offense gives you a 21-0 lead, you shouldn't lose. Steelers are a brutal show for us. I hope it gets hot. Man, and let me tell you, that game, one of the Steelers games is like 3 days before Christmas. I think it's December 22nd or 23rd. Boy, is that stream going to be fun. And I'm not going to announce it yet, but I should be doing a charity foundation raising money thing right before the Steelers stream against the Steelers stream, not this Steelers game, but the one right before Christmas. I'm probably going to do like a raffle, a Bengals jersey, but like each dollar you donate is going to be one ticket to win like a Joe Burrow jersey or something, and then all the donations are going to go to like the Ronald McDonald House or the Cincinnati Children's Hospital or something. I'm not going to get into that yet because I still am planning it out. But that December stream, I want to kind of raise some money, hopefully, if we can get into that. But we'll get into that later. I still got to figure out if I want to do that or not. But, yeah, Definitely against the Steelers. We're going to have a lot of fun. William on Facebook said, a little offensive line will help this week, BJ Finley and Spain. Well, we'll have to see if those guys play this week. Most likely, probably not, as they don't know anything. But we'll have to see if another guy gets hurt. They might have to start him as we're down, 2 or 3 offensive line already. So we'll have to see if they can play this week. If not, I definitely expect them to play against the Steelers because we have this week, bye week, and then Steelers. Spain should definitely start then. William on Facebook also said, stop playing prevent and zone when we got the lead. Keep pressuring the quarterback. 100% agree. We get way too conservative on the play call, and then we're way too aggressive when we shouldn't be. End of the game, we can't give up a touchdown to the Browns. You want to play a little bit conservative, not too aggressive. What do? We play man-on-man coverage. Man-to-man coverage. We're down our 2 best corners. We're down William Jackson III and Trey Waynes. So that means we have cornerback number 3, cornerback number 4, cornerback number 5, and cornerback number 6 in the flipping game. And you play man-on-man coverage? Dude, that defensive coordinator has no idea what he's doing. So, don't even get me started. I'll rant about that all day. Does Zach need to do more than build the team? Is this year a done year for us in the playoffs? Yeah, most likely we probably won't make the playoffs unless we go on a crazy win streak. The odds are going to be against us, but that doesn't mean Zach can't improve. It doesn't mean his career is over. As long as he can continue to build that locker room and keep building around Joe Burrow, he will have a job as a head coach. Guys, we got to remember, this is the Bengals. It took us like 4 decades to fire Marvin Lewis. We're not going to fire Zach Taylor overnight. Spain is getting old. 29 years, I don't mind it. This team is so young, I don't mind if we add guys 27 to 31 years old. And you see offensive linemen that are 35, 38 years. Look at Andrew Whitworth. He's a top 5 left tackle, still in the league. Man is like 39 years old. So I don't care if we have some older veteran guys. We need that. We have to be one of the youngest teams in the NFL. A couple of veterans on this team won't hurt at all. Oh, I love this. The fact that you brought this up, Drake, thank you so much. Oh, Darius Phillips has played well. Darius Phillips has had his moments, but we got to understand he's had to step up and fill some shoes. When William Jackson and Trey Waynes was out, he had to step up as long as all the other corners. Anyways, Drake said, Boyd standing up for the team against Dunlap really shows that Zach is doing his job, getting the locker room together. Won't be surprised if Boyd is a captain next season. 110% agree. The fact that Boyd went in there and made that comment against Carlos Dunlap, boy, did that fire me up. And I know that had to fire up the rest of the locker room as well. Come on now. They're building something. You speak out against it, you're not going to be with it anymore. So, yeah, that showed me a lot of hope in Boyd. And, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he is a captain next season. He would have to take the badge from A.J. Green. We'll have to see what we do with A.J. Green. If he retires with the Bengals, not how much we resign him for, yada, yada, yada. We'll have to see with that situation. But, yeah, the Boyd situation is a whole lot of fun. Our last play versus Cleveland, we should have ran prevent. Yep. I think y'all can beat the Cowboys. Yeah, I think we definitely have a good shot. Look, besides the 2 Steelers games, literally outside of our divisional games and this Titans game, I don't think we play anybody over a 500 record because we play the NFL least division. So we got the Giants, we got the Cowgirls. We got a bunch of bad teams outside of playing the Steelers twice, the Ravens once, and the Titans once. Outside of these 4 games, I think we could win every other game we play this season. And that's not even being like a delusional Bengals fans. Go look at the teams we played. We play the NFL least. So we play a bunch of bad teams. That's why even though we're 1-5-1, I think we can get 4 or 5 wins on this season. And look, I'm done with the tank for who. Tank for who. I don't want to tank anymore. I don't want to lose. Even if we only get 4, 5, 6 wins, I'll take it more than 1. I'm done with losing on purpose. We're not drafting a quarterback. We're drafting a lineman, a corner. We don't have to be a top 5, top 10 pick, okay? So even if we don't make the playoffs, I want to compete. And this is very well said, Drake. At this point, we need to focus on getting the young guys to progress. 110%. And that is 110% Zach Taylor's job. If Zach Taylor can continue to improve this young offensive front, or this young offensive team, and continue to build the locker room in Cincinnati, he will be a head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals. I got about 15 more minutes, guys, and I gotta go. So ship me with the best. With any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comment section right now. If you guys are in here, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, please leave a like. Hit the subscribe button. Your name will pop up. A little AJ Green or Joe Mixon gif will pop up with the WHODEY sign. Your name will go right here if you want to donate right there. This will pop up. Go follow me on all my socials. I got about 15 more minutes, and then I got to wrap it up. So I will be live tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow at noon, preview and prediction video. I might have a Titans YouTuber on there with me. I don't know yet. It's not a confirm yet, but it might be a one-on-one talk with me and another Titans YouTuber. I'll have to see tomorrow at noon. And then, of course, Sunday, baby. Sunday game day, baby. 12 o'clock at noon. I would be doing a live play-by-play for about 4 to 5 hours, from an hour before kickoff for the entire game. So make sure you guys stay tuned. WHODEY Sean. So Zach said they played man and brought the blitz last drive for the Browns because Mayfield picked the zone apart all day. I get why they did it, and if Alexander makes that sack, we aren't talking this. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to disagree with you. I don't remember getting pressure. We didn't get a single sack on him the whole game. So how was the pressure effective? It obviously wasn't. We had 0 sacks that game. So I disagree. But it's okay to disagree. We all have one common thing, and that's a Bengals W. So disagree to agree. We all want to win, and that's all that matters. Yes, sir, William. You already know. When is Trey Waynes going to play? Unfortunately, he's out for the entire season, I'm pretty sure. So 2021 most likely. What's up, Yeet? It's good seeing you, my man. I missed the Browns game because I was playing paintball with my cousin. Hey, man, I'm going to be live tomorrow at noon, and then game day, it's going to be noon from the entire game. So hopefully you can make it to those streams, at least game day. My man Stewart said, is Gio going to bring the heat this week? Any hopes for our tight ends making yards? Yeah, Gio did a fantastic job in pass protection last week. There was many times where Burrow was about to get lit up by a Browns defender. Little man, big mustache, Giovanni Bernard stepped up and took a lot of heat from linebackers, safeties, and offensive linemen to help protect Joe Burrow. So first off, a huge shout out to Giovanni Bernard. He took a lot of hits for our guy, Joe Burrow. Number 2, he doesn't need to have too much of a rushing pandemic. I guess I'll use that outside of a COVID reference. He doesn't need to have such a fantastic game on the rushing game. As long as he's can, 3.5 to 5 yards an average per carry, pick up, first downs on 3rd and shorts, and continue to be huge in the receiving game. I think we really need Giovanni Bernard to be utilized in the receiving game. If he can really pick it up in the rushing game, though, it's really going to help us against this Titans defense. Drake, call in tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to do any call-ins today, but come into the stream tomorrow, and I got you. You can call in tomorrow 100%. Predictions and preview video tomorrow at noon, and then the live stream, game day stream tomorrow, or Sunday at noon. Definitely I'll do call-ins in, my man. I got you. How do you feel about Tua starting, and do you think he can lead the Dolphins to the playoffs? I don't think the Dolphins will make the playoffs, but I think it's I feel like it was a wrong time. I feel like Ryan Fitzpatrick was winning games that they shouldn't have been winning, and he was doing all right. They should have benched him either at week 1 to start him at the beginning of the season, and then or they should have waited till he had a bad game. So I like Tua. I still believe in the NFL today. You need to get a guy playing as soon as possible in the rookie season. Look at guys like Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow, 2 rookie quarterbacks that have came in and made huge impacts right away. So I like that Tua's playing. I just don't think this was the right time to play him. You don't bench a guy that's winning you football games and playing well. You bench him when he's at his low, or you bench him in the beginning of the season. So I do like Tua playing. And I think it's very interesting because the Bengals and the national media knows they got the future in Joe Burrow. And then the Chargers and the NFL also knows that Justin Herbert's also the future in the NFL. So now it's up to the Dolphins. Did they draft a bust? It's going to be very interesting. And there's a lot of pressure on Tua's shoulders because, they drafted him before Justin Herbert. And they considered trying to get Burrow as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Tua's the guy or not. And best of luck for Tua. I don't wish down upon those guys. Oh, we tried to blitz and burned him. Zach said it was in his. I still disagree with it. If we blitzed obviously at least once before that game, we didn't get any pressure. So why would we try it with 30 seconds left? Can't give up a touchdown. Just makes no sense. Is Mixon out for this week? Yes. Mixon just got rolled out about 30 minutes ago that he is officially out for this week. So Giovanni Bernard will start his second straight week, unfortunately. Big props to Gio. He's the man. He's the veteran. He's one of these guys for the Bengals that we've cheered on for a long time. Hopefully he can do his thing. But when you just pay a guy like Joe Mixon all that money and he's already showing injury issues, I'm not too happy about it. But what can you do? What time's the stream? They're both at noon. Yes, Krause. Tomorrow at noon, preview and prediction versus the Titans. And then my streams on game days always start an hour before the game starts. So the game starts at 1, the stream starts at noon, and I'll probably stream for 4 to 5 hours. Looking forward to the Halloween stream. Hell yeah, man. Me too. I'll probably stream for a good hour or two, at least. Are you going to do any videos on specific players? Possibly. I'm kind of sticking with the stream thing right now. I've gotten a lot of support doing the stream thing. The channel is really blown up. So possibly more to the end of round of the season, heading into the off season. I'll probably start doing more individualized videos like I did before on the channel. So yeah, you'll probably see more of those down the road. What do you think about Burrow making Rookie of the Year this year? I think he has 75, 6. As long as he's healthy, I think he has a 75% chance winning. I think right behind him is Justin Herbert. So that's my opinion. Call me biased if you want. So far, Justin Herbert looks good, man. But in perspective, team for team, play per play, nobody's had to do more than Joe Burrow and the situations he's been thrown into. Burrow, Herbert, Mahomes, Jackson, and Kyle are the top 5 QBs for the future. I think Trevor Lawrence can make a case as well. Yeah, we got to see Trevor Lawrence play some football, though. And hopefully he's all good because I know he just tested positive for COVID. William on Facebook said, Tyler Boyd is the man in Cincinnati. He's already a captain in my eyes. Totally agree, man. He is by far probably our most effective receiver in 2020. This is going to be his third back-to-back 1K yard season. He's going to hit 1,000 yards easy this season again. So that's 3 straight seasons, 1,000 yards. That's a hell of a ball player, so I agree. What's up with Ronnie Anderson and Trayvon? I just don't think they're that good. I just think they're backup role running backs, and that's what they are. At least, if they are good, I don't know why we wouldn't be giving them snaps. So I think that's what's up with them. They weren't blitzing the whole game, LOL. I thought it was dumb to wait till the last drive to try, especially when you got to keep the last play in front of you. It was just a bad call, man. You can't justify that. That's a good try right there. We have one of the worst defensive rushes in the NFL so far this year, statistically. And you just can't give up a touchdown. And you're down 2 corners, your best 2 corners. I don't care. You can argue with that with me all day, whoever you are. But, nah, man, you just can't justify that. You're down your 2 best corners. You can't give up a touchdown. No excuse. You leave your secondary out to dry. You just can't do that. Sadly, I think Mixon has I don't know how to pronounce that injury. I mean, if they're not, possibly, but it sounds like he will be back after the bye week. And to be completely honest, I don't hate the decision that they don't play him. I don't hate it because you have this week, you have the bye week, and then after that you have the Steelers. So we have this week and a bye week. So I don't hate it. I think, let him have 2 weeks off, and then he has the Steelers. So, if he's 110% ready, come to the Steelers week, I don't hate it. Are you going to do Eagles-Cowboys this Sunday? No, I just, on Sundays, on game days that Bengals play, I only do the Bengals stream because I'm live 4 to 5 hours. But, in the chat, it's usually anywhere from 50 to 350 people live at one time during these streams. So there's always other fans that aren't just Bengals fans, and we're always constantly updating the other games. So I won't be doing a play-by-play, but, if you want to keep getting updated information about the games, there's always people in the chat updating the entire stream on the other games across the NFL. No, I agree with you. They shouldn't have blitzed. It was a dumb time to try it. Exactly. I agree. No, I get you. Yeah, Zach said it, and I didn't agree with it. Yeah, and Zach said a lot of things I don't agree with, and he said some things I agree with. Just a young head coach trying to move into the right direction, my man. It seems to be a repeat of last year. JV3 is constantly stuck on an island again. We need to put our D in better positions. Yeah, and that starts with play calling. So, oh, Eagles is Sunday night football. Maybe I might do a stream. I'm not too sure, but if not, there will be other streams that are gonna do Sunday night football for sure. I didn't know they were the Sunday night football game this week. Interesting. Liz Frank is how it's pronounced. No worries. It's usually a bad sprain or bone break in the lower part of your toe. I hope not, man. I know injuries that, do with the toe, that and toe turf can put guys out for the season or a couple of weeks. All I know is whatever the injury is, I hope he's good this week. And then, he has a bye week and hopefully he's healthy for the Steelers because, boy, are we going to need him. So, guys, I got like a few more minutes, so let's wrap it up here. I guess I'll wrap it up here. Please leave a like on this stream, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and if you're on Facebook, leave a like and follow the DCTV Bengals live stream is what I call it. Some type of Facebook page. I'm mainly YouTube, but I do have Facebook. Go follow all my socials if you want to stay up to date on everything. Join the Discord if you want, link in the description. Tomorrow at noon, Bengals versus Titans live stream, noon Eastern time, and then Sunday the game day stream. I'm starting at noon. I'll be live the entire game, so make sure you come here. There's gonna be a live scoreboard above me. I'll be back in my setup with better audio, better setup, and all good stuff, because as we know, this isn't my main setup. But on this topic, what position are we needing for Spain? I will answer this real quick. I'm assuming guard, but at this point we'll have to see who's healthy and who's not. Probably right guard, right? But at the same time, I think Xavier's hurt, so maybe left guard. I think it honestly depends, next man up type of thing, and I'm really excited to see what he brings. I know this was kind of a stream dedicated to him, is the title. So one more time, I'm super, super, super excited that Spain will be joining this team. He's a veteran presence right out the gate, as we have such one of the youngest teams in the NFL. He's coming in at 29 years old or around there. So I'm super excited to see him in Cincinnati. Hopefully he will buy into the Zach Taylor new era Bengals culture for the future. And we'll have to see how it turns out, guys. I'm really excited. Thank you for being a part of the DCTV Nation and WHODEY Nation. I will see you guys in the next one tomorrow at noon and Sunday at noon. I'll see you guys in WHODEY, guys.